I've made myself the other featured reader. Mostly because, thank you, thanks. Mostly because I was in meetings all day and I could not call anybody else until like 4:30 to be the featured reader. So here I am. So I'm going to read a little selection of poems. They're a poem cycle. And by the way, I should say, since I'm actually reading poetry this month, that my name is Gillian Wegener, and I am the host of this series, but I'm also the Modesto Poet Laureate at this particular time. So I'm going to read a series of poems that are called the game show poems. And I'm going to run through these and see what's what. So, you know how when we watch game shows, I don't even know if game shows are still on. I'm working during the day. But you know when we watch game shows, they had all those doors, and you had to pick one of the doors, what's behind door number 3, and then you didn't know, and you picked it, and maybe there was a washing machine, and maybe there was, I don't know, a lizard, I don't know. So you kind of went with it. And so that's kind of what this is about, the chances that we take. So the first poem of this series is called The Fine Print at the Bottom of the Game Show Rules, and it's a prose poem. Dear final contestant, if you are reading this, you have come far. Your journey has been days and weeks and many changes of clothes. You left behind family, have probably quit your job, are possibly imagining a life so much shinier and better organized than the life you've left behind. We cannot dissuade you from that notion which lurks if we admit it in the bottom of all our game show hearts. The spin the wheel, roll the dice, answer the question, guess the amount, choose the right gift box, etc. nature of our days leads us all to believe that life is better just to the left of us, just behind that curtain, just around the next corner, or yes, just on the proverbial other side of the fence. However, now that you have come this far, there are choices to be made and there's no going back. 10 doors, 1 choice. And please do not expect the audience to shout their advice. For purposes of safety and liability, and also our aversion to easy decision making, we've dismissed the audience, placated them with complimentary ice creams and hand towels, and sent them on their way. The buses have departed. You are alone. The doors will open one by one and close the same way. The voice of our smooth announcer will tell you what's what. Please remember not to forget. Please, no pencils or paper allowed. Your decision, entirely your own, may make you healthier, happier, wealthier, wiser, or none of the above. Please take your handkerchief and the sandwich. Please avoid shouting. Please follow the assistant director and take your place center stage. Your gamesmanship has been admirable. Please sign below to show that you agree. Behind door number 1. Hundreds of envelopes, different sizes, some for love letters, humdrum or not, some for sending a slice of wind a different direction, or for a calling back, for a change of mind, for a plea, please don't forget. Some self-sealing, some for licking, craving the touch tug of the tongue. Some red for a New Year's gold luck coin, a few with gilded edges, some waxed 2 inches square. A snip of baby hair would fit, or a tooth, or don't forget, a small and clean piece of birch bark with an answer you've not yet been able to give. Behind door number 2. A collection of dental appliances. Some may look familiar. Here is a teething ring circa 68, and here is a retainer circa 86. And here, in this nest of minty floss, dentures you are sure to need as you age, says the ghost of dentistry future. Teeth are only meant to last so long, and yours are a bit long, and there is no faking their hard luck history, really, if closed-lipped. That's what you were thinking. Behind door number 3, which is really a chain link fence. Goats, specifically for the tender of soul, with their kid gloves and their bleating hearts and their eyes, yes, satanic-ish, but it gives them a certain devil-may-care quality, don't you agree? Good for Climbing hills, trimming grass, eating certain inedibles, sounding like sacred seas, scaring off burglars, reminding one of ancient fears and braids, of the insides of fairy tales, and quite companionable if one isn't very picky and isn't very lonely and enjoys, at least in theory, the deep vein scent of musk. And as for love, well, yes. As for love, behind door number 4, nothing. The door is painted a lovely red, and behind it, nothing. There is a sense of horror in the unexpected emptiness, is there not? No, there is. Does the air taste of oranges in there? No. Does it remind you of Spain? No. Close the door quietly so as not to disturb. Behind door number 5, which is really a dark curtain, the last canister of Kodachrome film, procured at great price from a famed photographer. No more Kodachrome, bright colors, dreams of summers, yes, will be produced, much less processed, at that last outpost in Kansas. So your choice of subject is of utmost importance, interest, historical heft, but it is your choice if you choose to choose what you shoot. We'd recommend against the simple point and click. And the moon behind trees is frankly quite cliche, so think, plan, balance those colors, shadows, poses, lighting, f-stop. A worthy subject may be right at your fingertips, but we beg of you, don't overlook worthy subjects farther flung, and beware the dangers of overthinking. The contestant is further instructed. Now you have seen half the doors, each one its own Florida. Of course, you know what we mean. Mundane and strange, mysterious, ordinary, dangerous, with a sense of pink stucco, or swampland, or jellyfish beaches, depending on the inner state of your inner being. But really, now take out that sandwich, take out that handkerchief and spread it on your lap. This is no time for crumbs in the folds of your clothing, no time for clothing sullied with stain. We are only a few doors down this hallway of exactitudes, and if you will turn your head to the left, you'll see there's more to come. Do you like the pimento cheese? In keeping with our sense of fun, our sense of la-ti-da, our sense of deja vu, it had to be pimento cheese. So we hope you are amenable and also without allergies. The game will continue in 48 seconds. Please finish up at your leisure within that time. Following this brief interruption, we'll continue as before, but please also wear this eye patch, take this spittoon. You never really know what's behind the door. You never really know what tools will be needed until, alas, you don't have them. Behind door number 6. A collection of mason jars, seemingly empty, but no, inside each one, sound. Invisible. But if you touch this jar, one finger only, please. Oh yes, the vibration does startle. The sounds were selected by experts based on recent research into auditory behaviors of poets, actuaries, and Dodger shortstops, but never mind. More importantly, the sounds might rouse, might amuse, might strike fear. Hard wind through sycamores, shush of sand against skin, apple crunch, chalk screech, typewriter clack, meadowlark, ice clink, firecracker kiss, the voice of an unmet grandfather, etc. Dear contestant, please note that the jars are unlabeled and each sound, once released, once heard, is gone. The jars, though, are suitable for canning. Stai bene? Behind door number 7. Chisel, hammer, coping saw, cat's paw, crowbar, pickaxe, level, plumb bob, pry bar, router, Japanese pull saw, jigsaw, hacksaw, tape measure, pliers, the slotted and the box, tin snips, crescent wrench, caulking gun, screw jig, angle grinder, block plane, wheelbarrow, nails, galvanized, and not. Behind door number 8. A new washing machine. to wash away your cares, your sins, your tears, that man right out of your well-coiffed hair, to make your whites whiter than white, your soul purer than pure, your dreams come true, your fears unfounded, your unrequited love quite requited, so that no song is left unsung, no task left untended, no thread left hanging, with you hanging from it, regrets like cracker crumbs in the corners of your unwashed pockets. Behind door number 9, which is really the opening of a cave. First, some trivia. The Cyclops Polyphemus kept cheese in his cave, deep in the cool recesses, a type of cheese akin today, do you know, to a nice Romano. In it, you could taste the salt of the sea, which is not quite the same as the salt from the tears of a monster, one-eyed and counting his sheep. And in this cave, well, cheese is quite unlikely, as are treasures, cave painting, bears, the odd relic or bleached set of bones, but really, we haven't been in there. Not even the intern would venture forth, claiming both claustro and nyctophobia. So, note the headlamp, no excuses. The mystery stands, and the mystery is this. Is the joy in the knowing, or is it in the not? Dramatic pause. Last one. And let's have a minute. Have you made up your mind? Has your heart shifted with wanting? Do you lean one way or are you pulled another? Practicality aside, pragmatism be damned. What is it you want? But do not decide yet. Behind this door, imagination swoons, doesn't it? 9 kinds of rainwater, a sheaf of ancient maps, an elixir to heal, attain eternal youth, grant wisdom. No, none of the mundane, fantastique for you, dear contestant. No, not for you. Behind door number 10. A bottle of wine, precisely chilled, a good bread, a very pleasant camembert, and a lovely prosciutto, some melon. Oh, the finest quality, I assure you. You've noted the hardwood table, the single chair, ladderback, shaker. You've noted the single place setting, the single sparkling goblet. Really, the setting is just gorgeous. And the mirror hung just so opposite your chair. Is it large enough? The correct height? We think of everything, providing even, though perhaps it should pain you to admit it, your most ideal dining companion. Decision time. So, dear contestant, this is the end of the line, the trail, the frolicking road, and the clock is now ticking. You can hear it in the distant distance, something like a woodpecker's knock, something like the click of a pen that is most likely out of ink. We hope you find your choices amusing, if not downright flabbergasting, if not downright delicious, if not downright low down. All of the above is also fine, though we'd be a bit disappointed in your lack of ambition, your lack of focus. Does the decision weigh heavy? If you needed to choose a simile to describe it, what would that be? We'd like to know what you're thinking, so please apply these electrodes, drink this medicinal tea, look deeply into the intern's left eye. It is not the intention of this organization to press our intentions on anyone else, but here you are, terribly impressionable and looking worried to boot. Never mind. You have a minute more like 28 seconds. More like a microcosm of the time you wish you hadn't wasted staring into the fridge the night before last, more like 14 seconds. Are you ready? We will, of course, require your signature in triplicate. Do you have a decision? Shipping is not included in the prize platform. Which door? Please inform the assistant director, who will inform the powers who have brought us here today. We're waiting, lucky thing, on you. Thank you.